Hello everyone, I'm Galiot-queenofpuns here to put a pun on your face, and today we are doing a little bit of Genshin. Before we start, let's make wishes. Probably not get anything. Got nothing. Got nothing. Nothing. What is surprise? Nothing. Like my hopes and dreams. Wow. All right then, let's test her out. Because yes. All right. Well, that's interesting. Well, she's got a sight. That's a sight thing to have.
Witness my rise.
That's pretty sick.
Go on.
I actually like that.
Everlasting as the moon. Transfixed.
Hello.
Rain outlines your fate.
Right,
Let me
let's do this.
Witness my rise. Laid bare.
Okay, that's actually not bad. That's actually sick. Alright. Ah, dagnabbit, I forgot to fix something on my VTuber. Give me a moment. Okay, done. Alright. Well, that was pointless. Alright. I don't even remember what I was... Alright, let's look at this. So it's a polearm? I'm gonna lie, it looks like a scythe. Like a cool looking scythe. Wow, that looks...
My time with the Spina has taught me that carrying an unreliable weapon is worse.
I don't even remember what I was doing, to be honest. Give me a moment.
Hey, traveler, Paimon.
Hello.
Oh, Paimon knows that voice!
Over
I
here.
don't.
To borrow one of the more popular turns of phrase at the moment, this appears to be quite the fated reunion. Running into you two out of the blue like this has really made my day. I certainly wasn't expecting it.
Huh. I wonder. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Want to do something. Trying to do something. Ooh. All right, let's put that right here.
You can
Let's
say
see
that
how that
again.
goes.
What brings you to Poisson?
All right.
Wait, Paimon's got it! You must be here for one of your magic shows, right?
Actually, we've run into a bit of trouble on the home front, so Father arranged for us to stay in Poisson for the time being.
Oh, are Lynette and Fremine here too?
Yep, along with most of the other members of the House of the Hearth. You may have noticed Poisson seems a bit more crowded than usual.
So you're saying nearly the entire organization has moved to Poisson? Sounds like you've run into way more than just a bit of trouble. What's really going on?
Well...
Since the two of you are so curious, perhaps I can fill in the gaps.
You scared Paimon half to death!
Mommy. Sorry, Mommy.
Father,
Anyway.
you're here.
You know, on second thought, maybe we don't need to know. It's all probably super confidential House of the Heart stuff, right? We totally weren't trying to pry or anything.
No need to be nervous. I could sense your genuine concern from your conversation just now. Of course, I can also understand your confusion. Sending so many Fatui here to Poisson, it's only natural that some might suspect an ulterior motive to be involved. I understand. I'm well aware you've had your fair share of confrontations with the Fatui in the past, and I can't exactly guarantee that we'll remain on good terms in the future. As for right now, however, I would say we have little reason to be at odds, wouldn't you agree? The House of the Hearth could stand to be more open with those who have worked so closely with us in the past. As for the issue at hand, well, it hardly relates to any ulterior motive. To be frank, it all stems from a certain rumor circulating around the House of the Hearth. It's an internal matter.
What sort of rumor?
I heard maneuver and my mind went dirty. We're talking about anyway.
A rumor that a certain phantom child is hiding away in the House of the Hearth.
Hello, how are you doing today?
A phantom child? Ooh, just hearing the name is giving Paimon the creeps.
A spirit that should have long ceased to exist is lurking in the shadows of the House of the Hearth. So I decided to bring the children to
I come
Poisson
back
before
to
continuing to
Genshin, and I'm
investigate the
disappointed
situation.
because they don't
I
even have
expect
a
I should be able to
quest.
track down the spirit fairly quickly. After that, if you're curious, or if you still have some concerns, it might be
disappointed.
advisable to stick around for a few days. I'm sure the children would be exceedingly pleased to welcome. Lenny, I'll leave you to entertain our guests. I have some matters to attend to.
Of course, Father.
Father, that's a woman. Wait, that's a man? That's a man? That's a woman? That's a man? You a woman? They a man? She a woman? I'm doing good. Just chilling. Causing problems. Making mistakes. Throwing orphans off cliffs. I mean, what?
It has long been a dream of mine to invite you to our home and introduce you to my other siblings. You're quite well known in the organization already. A lot of people have been talking about you, especially after everything with the prophecy. If you're
What are they
willing,
gonna do,
why don't you
lock
stay
me
a while
up?
and have a little chat with us?
They don't have parents. Apparently. I regret nothing. It was hilarious.
Alright. We don't have anything else to do right now anyway. But let's be clear, we're just gonna be there as guests, okay?
Of course. During our stay in Poisson, we've been helping out the locals with some fishing. We bring
The
in
story
quite
has
the bounty
gotten
every
bland.
day. Let's go. I'll take you to where we're staying.
Kind of feels like a dating simulator. Right? Oh, I'm going this way. Bonjour. They are. I honestly, I'm kind of disappointed. Disappointed in this world. I'm very disappointed. So, the French ruined it, man. The French ruined it. You would think it would be the British, but no, it was the French.
We rented this house from one of the locals to
cruel
use as a
songs.
temporary base.
Oh.
I'll come back later and tidy
was
up a bit.
cringe.
After that, it should be all ready for you to stay in tonight.
Awesome, thanks! So, where are we off to now?
Well, when I happened to run into you two earlier, I was actually in the middle of distributing some supplies.
Supplies, you mean cocaine? Alright, it's official. Lenny's a cocaine dealer. Father is a mother with a father. Wait, what? Anyway, we're the druggies, and he's the drug dealer, and we're getting our drugs. That is the plot, and I'm sticking with it.
With this many people staying in Poisson, we have to bring in outside supplies every now and then. I should probably make sure the rest of these provisions get delivered. Otherwise, people might start to get antsy.
Okay, we'll come with! There are all sorts of rumors about your organization floating around out there. Paimon's not sure if she could even take a wild guess as to what's true and what's not. But now that we finally have the chance to see a day in the life of the house, we can take a good look at how you operate!
Well, you're more than welcome to come along. Just follow me.
This quick? What the frick you talking about? What do I need to do, man? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Screw you! I'm gonna beat you up. I'm beat you up, man. What am I doing? Oh, okay. I guess I'm doing this. Since I didn't do that, because I'm dumb. What the frick? How? How? Tell me how I fell off that ladder. Tell me how I fell off and didn't die. Tell me how. What is this logic? I want a refund.
Boss, you're back!
Anyway.
Traveler and Paimon, welcome back to Poisson.
Oh, hey! Fancy seeing you again, Florent. Is it your turn to take care
I
of Nadia
just
now?
wanted mommy. And I got done.
Hey,
not finishing
I can
that
totally
sentence.
take care of myself. For the time being, we did hand over some of Malus's old responsibilities to Florent, though. It's been really nice to have him around to help out.
Thank you for the
That's what
compliment,
she
boss.
said. Okay. Anyway.
As you see, I've been working closely with the boss on rebuilding Poisson. Mr. Malus was an extremely capable and respected member of the Spina. I've got some really big shoes to fill.
That's what she said.
All right. There's no need to be so formal. Everyone's practically old friends by now.
My mind took that out of context. What kind of friends we talking about, man? We're talking about good friends, or are we talking? Yeah, good friend. Okay.
Were you waiting here for me? Did we manage to make any progress on the statue?
Yeah, we contacted a sculptor about the job, but they can't get started on sourcing a correctly sized block without knowing the design that we want to use first.
You're commissioning a statue?
So basically, we've been meaning to commission a statue of my parents in commemoration of everything they've done for the Spina and the town of Poisson. But since my father was known as Callus the Unfaithful for the longest time, it would have been too controversial. But now that his name has been cleared, and the town is also being rebuilt...
The funds to build the statue were freely donated by the people of Poisson to show their appreciation for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callus and everything they did.
Me? I'm just the newbie president that's running around and causing everyone trouble. Maybe we can have this conversation again in a few decades, once I've done more for the town and the people.
Hey, there's no need to be so humble. Didn't you just help save the entire country?
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe that Boss should have a place on the statue.
Hey, if you keep inflating my ego like this, I might just float off into the sky with my parasol. Just kidding. There's no way that I'd accept that kind of compliment. Thanks for the vote of anyway, Florent. Now it's up to us to confirm the final design, right?
We can ask the sculptor to start looking for a good block once we've decided on the poses for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callis. But we haven't had any real discussions yet on the possible designs. I feel like I should get a few promising designs first, and then send them over to you to review.
There's no need for all that. Let's decide on a design right now. Hey, you! Come over here with me.
What are we gonna do, make out?
Modeling a few poses, of course. Didn't you say on the boat that Callis and Clementine sounded like great partners? Well, then there's no one better to fill this role than my most valuable
You're not making
partner.
my idle thoughts any better.
Florent, let's grab some reference shots.
Hey, yo!
You've got it,
Okay,
boss.
I really need
I'll
to
go get the
actually pay
camera.
attention. My mind's sticking everything out of context. What are we shooting?
Well, what do you think?
What
Got
are
any
we
ideas?
shooting?
Well, I've actually discussed it a bit with Florent before, but I could never come up with any fresh or original ideas.
Oh my
Probably
gosh, you're
because
not
my
making
idea
this
of them
any
is already
better.
kind of set in stone.
What position do you want me to do? 69.
So, I want to pick your brain for a bit and see if you can come up with some new and interesting ideas.
I'm all good here, boss. Feel free to start posing whenever.
Oh my gosh, I need to pay attention. Imposing. Okay. Wait.
By
What
that,
are we actually
do
doing?
you
I
mean
actually
as if we
wasn't
were
paying
standing on a
attention.
boat and looking out at the sea? Sure, let's give that a try.
Yeah, that looks horrible.
Whoa, you really remind Paimon of a cat. Look over there, my dear Clementine.
But there's something off with the composition.
Oh, I see what you mean. Then let's swap.
Okay, that looks better. That actually looks better.
Well, Paimon is a fan. A statue like this would look fantastic on a boat.
Wait, but we can't do that. Very few people would see the statue if we were to.
But then, since we're putting it in the town, the whole point of the pose.
Oh, okay. We'll try to think of something else.
Imposing?
Imposing, huh? Oh, I've got it. Let's try this.
This pose. It.
But isn't Clementine's pose a bit too bold and heroic? Was she really that kind of person?
Paimon, nobody cares. Just let us do it.
If we were to stick with this pose...
Well, tabloids did indeed speculate as much.
Oh, Paimon was just kidding.
What Florent meant was, you're right, though, that this may not accurately represent the image of her in our hearts. Let's try to come up with something else. A happy pose.
Would all that be able to come through with just a picture?
Would we even be able to tell what they are supposed to be laughing?
Yeah, and that'd probably be a massive pain to sculpt as well.
Could one of you try striking a pose like you're talking while the other one laughs? That actually sounds pretty hard. tried a bunch of different ideas, but none of them felt right. Paimon's all out of brain juice now, too.
Oh,
That sounds
don't
like a
worry.
you problem.
We still got a lot of reference shots out of the session, and each of them can be considered to be a souvenir in their own right. Let's just keep the ideas we tried as backups. Man, if I knew I was going to do a photo shoot with the Traveler, I would have prepared a lot of outfits and props ahead of time. Oh, outfits! Ugh, that's the errand I forgot back in the city.
Oh,
Adele?
Paimon remembers her.
Hello?
She's the one that we met
From
while
the other
investigating
side.
Mr. Callus's case, right?
Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. So, after the case, she was finally willing to talk to me, and she told me that she wanted to join the Spina too. I said that it's fine, but young children are not allowed to join the Spina. She will just have to wait a few. But how could I get her to believe that I meant what I said? In the end, I came up with an idea. But I got so busy and distracted in the city that I forgot to pick the uniform up.
Don't worry, boss. I can send someone to pick it up right away.
On the matter of the statue, we should still come up with a few more ideas for.
We could have just done that from the start. Yeah, you're right. They'll have.
Navia! Florent, guess who's back?
Your father with the milk?
Huh? But aren't you supposed to...
Oh, well, if it isn't Coulter. Back already from the Fortress of Meripede?
That's right. I finally finished serving my time. Gotta say, turns out I was a lot tougher than I thought. After I got out, I immediately made a beeline back to Poisson. You could say that familiar, briny smell became a primal call, urging me to forget everything else and just come back home. You wouldn't believe how much I've missed Melissa's grilled fish. I dreamed about it every time I had to get a welfare meal down there underneath the sea.
It's good to have you back, Coulter. You look as well as ever.
And this guy is?
Let me introduce you. This is Coulter, another of Spina di Rosula's members. He was found guilty and sentenced to the Fortress of Meripede some time ago. But, looking at it now, it was probably another one of Marcel's plots while he worked at the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Wait, Mr. Marcel? What do you mean? He was involved in some sort of plot?
Have you not heard anything at all about the water from the Primordial Sea case?
Well, I know that Fontaine got flooded, but then the water levels miraculously receded. I thought that was all there was to it and didn't care to ask for any more details. Do you mean Mr. Marcel was somehow involved with all that?
Oh, looks like we'll have to explain everything from the top. That case, a lot of things have happened in Poisson since then. First things first, let me introduce you to these two. They're my most trusted partners, and they've been with me through thick and thin. Now you...
Oh, nice to meet you. I don't recall Navia ever generously
Yeah, we are indeed pretty amazing. But we've been cool since before we even met her.
Ooh. Cheers. Acting weird. Okay.
Humble again as always, I see. Even when I was totally sincere with my praise.
Nice. Spina di Rosula always seems to attract great people. Oh, that reminds me. Where are Malus and Silver? Aren't they always by your side?
About that.
Coulter, a lot of things happened while you were gone.
They lost their lives, keeping me safe during the flood.
What did you say? This isn't some kind of morbid welcome home prank, right? You're just scaring me on purpose because I don't know anything about what's happened.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. They weren't the only people we lost, either. Many others, including Melissa, also lost their lives in the disaster.
Luce and Melissa, dead. They're just gone? Luce. I was planning to give him a surprise gift once I ran into him again in town.
Hey! Keep it together!
Malus and Coulter were friends for many years, and even served on many missions together during the early days of the Spina. I can understand how he feels.
Let's sit down somewhere, so I can tell you everything that has happened while you were gone. Fair warning, there was a lot.
Okay.
Well, alright then. Oh. I almost died. Music is interesting.
All of this, it's unbelievable. I can't believe that those stories were real. It all really happened. Has the world gone mad?
I think you and I both feel the same way about the profound tragedy of Melusa's loss. And the sheer depravity.
I thought Mr. Marcel would always stand by the Spina. Everything he had, the Spina gave to him. It's unconscionable to have received all that, and yet still plot to kidnap and dissolve you for his insane research.
The good news is that the Confrérie of Cabriere is no more. Gone with them too is the entire synth manufacturing and distribution network. We finally closed the curtain on that long struggle.
Are you sure? But if Marcel wanted to rebel against us, he probably sent word in secret to Romeu.
Romu?
Not a name I've heard before either.
Florent should remember him. You see, there was once... Romeu was the leader of the faction that thought such a vast sum of mora would be better spent improving the town of Poisson. But Mr. Callus, not only would the Aquabus be a good business investment, it would also boost our reputation among the general populace, eventually paying us massive dividends down the line.
You know what? You know what? Screw this. Enjoy Crazy Frog. Oh, wait, that's an ad.
But the two couldn't come to an agreement. Romeu ended up taking a lot of people with him when he left Spino di Rosula altogether, and the split was on extremely bad terms.
Alright. Screw this, enjoy Crazy Frog. Okay, that's horrible. I failed. Okay, anyway, let's
And
continue.
with Papa's stubbornness, I can
cringe.
definitely.
And of course, when he was suffering the slings and arrows of outrageous injustice, those relationships that he spent a fortune to build didn't help in the least.
Very cringe.
Yeah, you could say it was the price he paid for sticking to his beliefs.
Oh, that's a good point. If Callus was really as stubborn as you say, then wouldn't he have argued with...
Oh yeah, it eventually became a thing that just happened on every day that ended with Y. But Navia,
Tell
I
me
mean,
why
boss,
ain't
you
nothing
might not
but a
know this, but he wasn't
heartache.
always like that.
Anyway.
He used to be a lot better with taking counsel. With him listening to our advice, and Ms. Clementine also frequently on our side, it was pretty smooth sailing for a good many years. But on the matter of the Aquabus, even Ms. Clementine completely stood by Mr. Callus's side.
I think the Aquabus was just the straw that broke the camel's back. On that topic, they believed that Miss Clementine lost her ability to serve as an impartial mediator when she became pregnant with Callus's child.
So, they thought she had betrayed them? But that doesn't make any sense. Before she was their mediator, my mother was also her own person, and a member of the Spina. She should have the right to take any side she...
Yeah, but to them, even taking a side was betrayal enough. They felt like their voices could no longer be heard once their sole mediator had gone over to the other side. Of course, Ms. Clementine then passed away, and Mr. Callus began to regard the completion of the Aquabus project as her final wish. With that, the last hope of reconciliation was gone.
So that's what happened.
From that point on, Romeu and his people cut ties with the Spina, and never gave us any kind of professional or personal courtesy ever again.
Ooh.
Perhaps they've regarded us as enemies ever since they left. But even so, there is still no proof that they ever acted in concert with Marcel.
Ooh.
I've also heard that they aren't in a good financial position, so they've been lying low for a while. But as long as they exist, they'll continue to be a threat.
I think Coulter's got a point. Both Marcel and Romeu had my father in their sights for a very long time. Even though Marcel's faction has been dissolved, we still don't know anything about with how distracted and vulnerable we are. Now would be...
Good thinking, boss. We should keep an eye on...
Thank you for that, Florent. And Coulter.
Don't worry, it's nothing. Do you have a moment right now? How about we go out for a walk? I've heard so many...
In that case, why don't we go back to the court? I can pick up Adele's uniform while we're there as well. It'll save Laurent's guys a trip. Want to come with me again, you two?
Of course.
Then let's go! Paimon feels like a lot's hinging on...
Alright, I'm gonna end it there because I think I have to